Welcome to Vision IEdu. As in the part of our Excel course, today we are going to discuss one of the important formula in Microsoft Excel, that is a sum function. Yeah, of course, many of you may know about the sum and the implementation of sum in various reports. Actually, it is a basic formula. And the sum has three forms in latest versions. Suppose 2007 or 2019, 2021, or you take any advanced version, you can access these three types of sums: sum, sumif, and sumifs. So first of all, you have to know what's the difference between these three sum operations. As you know, the first one is just a simple sum. Means it is used to find out the sum in one particular column or one particular row. So that it is used to find the sum of selected cells. We simply call like this. It is used to find the sum of selected cells. Okay. So it cannot perform any validations or conditions while we performing simple sum. Okay. The second one is a sumif. The sumif somewhat advanced than the sum function. So it supports sum based on a function, based on a condition. So it performs the calculation based on one particular condition. Okay. So suppose if there are 20 or 25 transactions. Among the transactions, if you want to find out the total value of one particular product or one particular student like that, so you can easily identify that particular product's total value or the particular person's total efficiency or total work done like that. So next one is sumifs. Sumif, sumifs, both are related, but the difference is only one thing, that is sumif supports only one condition, but sumifs supports more than one condition. So that the word sumif and sumifs, so it's ifs pronounced as a plural, so it supports more than one conditions at a time. Let us see how to perform this all. Suppose here is a data set ready for you. So first of all, we have to know how many methods we can implement the simple sum option. So by using the manual method, we can write the sum or we can do calculations without using the function. It's the simplest method. Just use the reference cells and use the plus operator like this, equals to cell 1 D3 plus cell 2 E3 plus cell 3 F3. Just press enter. So your total is ready. But what is the drawback of this is, if you delete any one of the column in that particular references, you can find one error message, reference not found error. So because once you observe here, I selected D3, E3 and F3. So when I delete one particular column from there, so the reference of that column is eliminated from the formula what we entered. So instead of that deleted columns reference, it returns one reference error like this. So if anywhere any error happened, the Excel returns error only. So it will not print the remaining cell values. So this is the problem when we enter the manual functions or a manual method to do sum. Suppose if you do the same thing using the function sum, it's a very simple. After sum, as an argument, you have to give the cell range. Cell range means nothing but the starting cell number colon ending cell number. So here D3 to F3. So D3 colon F3 and close the function. Now press enter. You can find the same value. But even if you delete any one of the column, so there is no error is displayed. So the sum function continue with the available values. Right? So it automatically eliminates the deleted value reference and continue with the available values references. Okay, so this is the use of sum option mainly, and later we can copy it to requirement places, how many columns or how many rows we required, that much columns or that much rows we can drag and drop the formula. So this is one of the method. And another method is there, that is a shortcut method. It's simply called shortcut because here we are going to use combination of keys instead of typing. So Alt plus equals to symbol, Alt and equals to symbol. If you press together these two keys, you can find the sum option directly. Of course, the sum function executes automatically, right? So let us see. So for that, you have to place the cursor where you want to get the totals and press the combination of keys. This is Alt and equals to symbol. See, when you press Alt and equals to, already the function is automatically typed and the range also automatically selected. So no need to do anything in this shortcut, just press enter, that's it. So this is a ready-made method. So we just press the combination of keys, that's it. The amount is ready for us. And if you have the large data set and if you want to do sums at two ends means column wise and row wise. So here I need to calculate the particular student's marks in all languages, as well as I want to find the sum of each and every language separately. For this, I have to perform the sum operators at two ends, at column side and row side. So just select the all values plus column side total area and row side total area, means extra column and extra row where we want to display the sums. Now press the same shortcut key. This is Alt and equals to. That's it. See the magic. All the values are calculated and presented in that respective places. So here you can find the person total marks in 3 languages and total marks of each subject. Right? So row wise total is completed and column wise total also completed. This is a column wise and this is a row wise. So row wise total and column wise total of languages only. So now we have to calculate the same way in optionals. So to do this, just select the marks as it is, all student marks, and select one extra column to calculate the student wise optional marks, and select one extra row to calculate the subject wise total marks. That's means subject total marks. Then after press Alt and equals to symbol as it is. See, here the subject, optional subjects total marks also calculated. Now we have to find out the grand total of each student. For this, no need to calculate total subject marks again, because all the language marks are sum. That's mean the sum operation is performed and all the subject marks, and the sum operation also executed on the all the optional marks. Now we have to add only the language total marks and optional total marks. That's it, to get the grand total. So for this, we can use the Alt equals to key as it is. Just select the range, use the Alt equals to C. See, the total is completed, automatically calculated. Observe the value, what the Excel taken as arguments for the sum function. You can find here K3 and Z3. So K3 means optional totals, Z3 means language totals. Okay, and it not taken the individual subject marks, because already individual subject marks are executed, that's mean calculated as a language total of these first 3 subject marks, and second 3 subject marks as calculated as a optional total marks, and just we have to sum these 2 marks only, language and optionals, that's it. So the same is automatically executed by the Excel. So this is a method to implement the sum on different values as per our requirement. So here 3 types of execution procedure. One is the manual method, so reference and plus operator, we can use that. And second one is the sum function. So this is the standard function and the recommended function. So if you want to do any calculation, any additions, go for sum function only, right? Sum and first cell number, last cell number you have to enter. So then the shortcut is first cell number and last cell number you have to enter. Then the shortcut method also there, that is a alt and equals to symbol. Alt equals to is used to do the same sum operation, but without entering anything. Everything is automatically entered by the system. Now here you can observe the student IDs are empty. Actually here we need to update the serial numbers. So to do that we have another function, that is a sequence. And how many values you need, just enter the number of values to be generated, and by pressing enter, so that much values are automatically updated without drag and drop and without fill series option. So this is the use of sequence option. Okay, coming to the second one, that is the sum if. So already we told the sum is used to calculate only row wise or column wise. So it cannot skip anything. So every value in the selected range will be calculated or added, and the result will be provided at the end or at the side, or of course and the top side also we can place as per our requirement. Okay, but coming to the Sumif or Sumifs, not like that. So the entire range will not included in the result. So in this particular case we can do calculate or we can do sum based on one particular condition. Okay, so the range is involved based on the condition. So suppose here is a report and here is a entire data set. So I have a data set of one particular shop, and here the serial number, month name and date, salesperson, and item sold, quantity sold, price and amount. This is a data set I have, and it has a 45 records approx of various months. And here you can find one report, that is a report 1 and report 2 with the empty columns. So what we need to find out here, serial number, name and amount. So in other report, serial number, name and product names, total. So what it means we have to identify the salesperson wise total amount from this particular data set, and salesperson wise and item wise totals, right? So that we have to identify. Let us see how to do this. First of all, we have to write the salesperson's names here and here. So this first report is easily prepared using the sum if option. right? And the second report is prepared by the Sumifs option. So here, suppose if you want to fill the entire information in the report 1, you have to take the help of Sumif option. So for the second report, you have to take the help of Sumifs option, because here you need to find the 2 parameters, right? So let us see the salesperson's names here. How to type the salesperson's names. And once you observe, there are 45 names and the person names are repeated, means the salespersons are repeated. So salespersons are nothing but they are the staff. So that new salespersons will not come into the salesperson's position until they recruit, right? So the recruit staff details we need to identify first. So how many salespersons we have? So for this, just I copied this all information and paste here. So, and I want to remove the duplicates to find the unique values, right? So how to remove the duplicate means go to data option. Here you can find remove duplicates option under data tools. Just click on that option. And it's asked expand selection, so no need, just continue with the current selection, because I want to delete duplicates in this particular selection only. Remove duplicates, right? That's it. So here you can find 39 duplicate values. So here you can find 39 duplicate values are found and removed, right? And 6 unique values remain. Means there are only 6 unique employees. They are recruited 6 employees, and these 6 employees, they worked or they executed 45 transactions, right? So these 6 employees involved in these 45 transactions, right? So we sorted out the unique person names, right? And here we need to type the values, and I am again using the sequence of 6. So it prints 1 to 6 numbers. Okay. So that's it. And here we have to find out the amount. So normally to find the total values or amounts, we may use alt equals to symbol. That's it. So like that we can find the totals. But in this particular case, no need to like that. We have to identify the total transaction amount done by this particular person, means Manasa. And in second row, we have to identify the total transaction amount of another salesperson, is Razita, right? So like that we have to enter. So for that, we need to take the help of Sumif. Just put equals to SUM, if, Sumif, and start the function. So first you have to enter the range. Range means where the names are provided. This is simply called as a range. So we have to enter the entire set of 45 transactions where the salesperson's names are provided, right? And put a comma. Then criteria. So what is the condition? Which person's report we are going to identify? This means which person's transaction amount we want to identify. That's simply called as criteria in this particular situation. So I am selecting the person name, that is a K5, and put a comma again. And third, we need to identify the sum range, where we have to identify the sum, where we do the sum means in under amount column. So that select the sum range amount. Don't select the totals. Okay, only select the transaction values. Then close it. We have succeeded. See, among these 10,70,772, among the 10,73,772 rupees, the Manasa, the salesperson Manasa has contributed 12,20,495 rupees. right? So that much amount was taken in, that's mean collected by selling some goods or products by Manasa. Right? Likewise, we can do the followings. If I drag and drop to the following cells or following rows, I may get the correct value. Just write your opinion on comment section. I'm giving some time to you. Now I'm going to drag it down to the remaining 5%. I may get the same, means correct accurate values or not. Okay. So now I'm going to reveal that. See, is there accurate values? Yeah, once we need to check is it accurate or not. I'm going to Kumar. See here. Kumar starting word starts, so that's mean the range begins with the D9. So before D9 the Kumar is not included, so that I think it's right values. But take Ramya's one. Yeah, it's also included here. They just observe that. These values are updating when you move to the downward. So at first we entered D4 to D48. Starting with the D4 to D48. But when we drag it down to remaining persons, the cell names also updating. Right? So actually instead of the D5, we have to use only D4 to D49. So to stop the updating of the columns in the range of person names and in the range of sum, we need to change these particular cell references into absolute cell references by pressing the F4 key. Now this is an absolute cell reference which cannot be updated even if you drag it down. Right? So by pressing F4 key, we can make one cell as an absolute cell reference. One reference to absolute cell reference. These are the total values and I am going to find out the total of this particular cell. Now observe. 10,73,772. The total also 10,73,772. The two totals are matched. Means we calculated exact amounts. So among these 10,73,772, each and every salesperson's contribution is provided here. Right? So very low amount was collected by the Kumar. Only 47,000. And very highest amount is 2,72,000 by Rajesh. Okay, we can easily identify the second highest, Sai Pradeep, and second lowest is 1,31,000 by Rajita. Right, like that we can analyze here only. So this is a method of implementing sum if. So here we calculated the total values from H4 to H48, but taking the criteria that the totals are totals of one particular salesperson. Right? So this is a use of sum if function. And coming to the second section, that is a report to sum ifs. Implementing the same information. Already we have the salesperson's name, so that just use the names as it is here, and the sequences also, that's mean sequence number also as it is. There is no difference. And we have to identify the total sales of Manasa in purchase, the selling of desktop, and total sales of the first salesperson in the sales of laptop. So how much amount she taken by selling desktops and selling laptops, selling keyboard, selling mouse, and what is the entire total. This entire total should be matched with this amount. So the Manasa's total amount is 2,20,000 and by adding these all individual, so finally the total amount should be 2,20,495. Let us see how to identify. Here we need to implement two types of conditions. One parameter condition is person name, second is item name. Again here person name and laptop item name, person name and keyboard item name, person name and mouse. So like that we have to write the sum if more than one condition within the same sum option. Let us see how to do is equals to sum if, sum if and add s, sum ifs. So we are going to implement more than one criterias. Okay, let us see. So just observe the structure of the sum ifs, somewhat different than the sum if. Okay, in the sum if, first we selected the criteria range, then criteria, then after we selected a sum range. But here in a sum ifs, first we have to select the sum range, then after criteria range, then criteria. It's in the complete reverse order, right? So first select the sum range. This is from H4 to H48, right? And we need to make it as a absolute cell reference by pressing F4, right? This is only once we have to select. Then after criteria number 1, the first condition range, right? So we need to enter the condition range, criteria range. So first conditional range, I am going to select the person names. So select all the person names as it is in last, that means sum if structure, and make it also absolute cell reference by pressing F4 keys. Now we have to select the criteria. This is as it is, O5. So here the first condition is completed. Now we have to select the second condition. First criteria range. Select the sold items. Then select the desktop. Then close it. See, that is the amount. We got the number 98,000. So here this first salesperson got the 98,000 for selling desktop computers from this particular list. And similarly, we have to type the remaining information. We have to make this column locked. So use the dollar symbol before O, because in this particular row, the salesperson name should not be changed for all other items also. And here E4 to E48, here we have to make it this reference as absolute reference by pressing the F4 key in both ends, right? And for the P4, we have to move to the column, but in the same row, right? So now drag it. Yeah, values are updated. Now same drag down to remaining persons. So here I changed these normal references to absolute references, because when we drag to the next columns, the column area, that means the specified range that will not change. Okay, and if you want to change only row, and if you don't want to change the column, then use this dollar symbol before the column name. And if you want to change the column but not row, then use this dollar symbol before the row number. Okay, so in case of names, I need to change the row numbers but in the same column, so that I locked the column O and I leave the row number. But in case of the last one, this is a product names, I need to change the columns but no need to change the row, right? So that I locked the row. Now we have to find out the totals here using our regular formula, that is alt equals to symbol. Okay, now compare the totals are matched or not. So 10,73,772, both ends, 10,73,772. And when you compare these two values, that's mean what is the report in the report 1 and report 2 totals. So both should same. Once we check it, both are same or not. Just I'm minus, that's mean I'm subtracting this value from another report. So we should get the zeros right. So all the amounts are matched, right? So the employee Mansa, she done the business of 2,20,495, and these 2,20,495 is received from the 4 items. 98,000 from the desktop by selling the desktop systems, and 1,18,500 by selling the laptops, and 2,250 rupees by selling the keyboards, and the remaining 1,745 rupees by selling the mouse. So like that these amount was gained, right? So this is the report generated based on the sum ifs. So here how many conditions we used for each calculation means this is the sum range, and this is a condition 1 calculated for the customer name, salesperson name, and the second one, this is the criteria to identify the item name. Like that we can update the reports as per our requirement. So here we used the sum if and sum ifs, 2 conditions. And I'm going to explain the sum ifs using another example. I have another data set of product, supplier, and quantity of supplied items. So I want to display the total quantity. So here, this is the total quantity. I want to display the number by entering the product and the supplier's information. Product information and supplier information. So here I have to use the sum ifs where the product name is matched in product list and supplier name is matched in the supplier list. So then that quantities should sum and place at a total quantity column, right? So only sum ifs is used to do this, and sum if is not possible, and regular sum also not possible to do this. So here I'm not creating the table, just like a instant report, instant status report, right? So here product names. So here a lot of products, and many products are repeated. So that just I take these 2 options, I copy in another cell, right? So I want to delete the duplicates. Just select the names and go to data tools, click on the remove duplicates and select continue with the current selection only. Remove duplicates. Okay. So now there are 4 duplicates are there and 7 unique values are there. Okay. And as the same for the suppliers also. Click on the delete duplicates, continue with the current selection and remove duplicates. Now see there are 6 duplicates found and removed, and 5 unique values are there remaining. So now we have the product unique values and the suppliers unique values. Now just create a list by click on the validation, data validation, and select the list option. And as a data source, select the product names, unique product names. Click on OK. Yes, we have created all the product names here. And for the suppliers, click in suppliers box and do the same thing. Go to data validation. Click on list and select the list of suppliers. Now click on OK. Now here suppliers list also created, right? So we have the data. Now I'm just to hide this information. I hidden this information because of that is unnecessary to display. So we can hide, and if required we can unhide, right? So now here we have two products, that's mean two indicators, product and suppliers. User has to select the product name and supplier's name. Then only the total quantity will be displayed. The sum of that quantity of that particular product which are supplied by one particular supplier, right? So here I am going to use the Sumifs. Okay, sum range is this one is the sum range, means the quantity is the sum range. And criteria 1 is a product. Just I am selecting the product as a criteria range 1, and the criteria is here. The user will select the product name, right? And going to criteria 2, select the criteria 2, that is as a supplier, and the supplier name will be selected by the user in this particular cell, right? Now close it and press enter. At present it's showing 0 because no product and no supplier is selected. So now I am going to select the product name, suppose apples, and suppliers. So there are a lot of supplier names are provided. Just I am selecting yellow forms. So there is no quantity displayed because yellow forms not supplied apples, right? Rural supplier says 18,050, that's 1850. 1,850 is provided by the rural suppliers. See, only 1,850 in only one place. So see, apples are they are supplied by two different suppliers only. One is the rural suppliers and another is the Kashmiri foods, right? So now I am going to select carrots. Carrots also by only one. Right, carrots, and supplier of organic foods 1, Kashmiri foods 0, yellow farms 150. So only that particular product information is displaying, and now I want to sum the total products quantity supplied. Just I am saying renaming this as a quantity supplied, right? Quantity supplied. I want to show the total quantity of the product. So we can also like combine the two words of, just use the and symbol and select the carrot. Yes, the total quantity of carrots. So here also I am adding some words. Supplied by supplier name and supplier name. Okay. So here it appears like this, and here I want to find the total quantity of that particular product. Total quantity. So I want only total quantity, so that the sum ifs is not used here. I'm going to use sum if only, because only one criteria I can find the total number of carrots or number of products. The range is product. Okay. Then criteria is this one. That's been product name, and sum range is quantity. So here I am using one, that's mean for a quantity supplied by that particular form is calculated using the sum ifs, and the total quantity of one product is calculating using the sum if only. That is a difference you have to observe. See there, total quantity of carrots 2,655. Among these 2,655, the quantity supplied by yellow farms is only 1,550. So that there is another supplier also there. Zoom suppliers 0, Yellow suppliers already we checked. Kashmiri suppliers 0. Organic foods, yes. Organic foods also provided 1105. So like that we can calculate supplier wise product information. Just like a software look, right? So you can choose any one and you can select the supplier, right? Supplier information also. So like that we can do. These two are automatically updated by changing the product and supplier information. And here, if you observe here, quantity supplied by, the next word is automatically updated when user select the different supplier. See here, quantity supplied by the rural suppliers. When I select the rural suppliers, that is printed here. So as a 0. And the total quantity of this one also, red berries. This is also automatically updated when the user selects one particular product. Okay. So in these two cells, dynamically changes the supplier name and product name automatically when the user selects the different products and different supplier names, right? This is possible by combining the two values of, that's mean combining of the values from more than two cells, more than one cell. So here I added some text along with the data in J5. So if you want to add text, you can use the double quotes, and to join the data, you can use the ampersand symbol and you can specify the other cell name. So the data in this J5, that will be concatenated with the text what you provided, right? So like that also we can combine. So this is about the Sumifs. Here report 1 and report 2 is there, and you can find here month names, and the month names are also given on the top of the report 1. So by selecting the month name, these amounts should be divided according to the month wise data, right? So once try to implement, so means you have to use the sumif command, and when the data is selected here, according to that, only that particular month amount should be displayed here and also here. So for example, I'm going to tell you how to add in the report 1. Then you try to implement it same thing in the report 2 to calculate all the item wise amounts based on the month name, right? So to add the month name, month wise report, we have to update it by adding if else. That's mean simply some ifs. Use some ifs for this, and some range is as it is, there is no difference, and immediately make it absolute cell range. Now put a comma, and here criteria range 1 is a salesperson, and immediately make it as absolute cell reference. Put a comma and select a person name and log the column. Just put the dollar symbol before the column, right? And put a comma here. And now we have to select the next criteria is the month name. Select the month name here and press F4 to convert it as absolute cell reference. And criteria 2 is nothing but the month name. And it's also convert to absolute cell reference. Okay. Now press enter. So in month of February, see there, in the February month, no transactions was made by this particular salesperson, Mansa. So that it displayed 0, and just copy it to the all series. So in February months, these are the This is just a report generated based on the month of February. Okay. So in month of February, these persons are actively sold some items. But which items is not defined here. If you add the same function, that's mean add these last two lines. By adding these last two lines to each and every item, right? Each and every items section. So then you can find the month-wise calculation. Okay. So when you change the month here, automatically this entire report will get affected. Right? So like that we can prepare the reports using sum if and sum ifs. Okay. So try to implement these sum ifs to generate the same report based on the selected month. Right? Thank you for watching.